Here we go. Okay, so we are live. um, Sorry if you saw me chit-chatting there for a second. I realized I didn't turn on the mic. Anyways, it looks like it's all fixed now. I've been able to sync the mic with the video and the video with the gameplay and all that stuff, and everything seems to be working pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it. So tonight we're going to play a little bit of Quake 3. There's a little bit of an offset with the video mic gameplay, but it's only a few milliseconds, and I figured it'd be pretty good tonight, and then I'll fine tune it later. But I did save some video and upload it, and everything seems to be working pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with it so far. The webcam that I'm using now, previously I was using a GoPro, and I was taking the video from that and cutting it and splicing it into the video in Vegas and then uploading it later, so it was never happening in the moment. But I ended up getting a free computer from actually it was a local Facebook group. Some guy was giving away a old 2003 gaming computer, so it actually has some pretty good parts in it if you're into the older gaming computer stuff. But you know, I think that I'll probably use the tower, maybe a few little bits here and there, but it did come with a couple of really cool peripherals and like a whole bunch of HDMI cables and stuff like that. And this camera, the Logitech C270. So yeah, so far so good. Everything seems to be working pretty well, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So hopefully people are on. It is Friday night, which generally means people are playing Quake. If we can't find anybody playing Quake, what I'll do is I'm gonna throw in PSO, and hopefully we'll find a couple of people. Feel free to throw something in the chat just to let me know if the video goes in a sync or we lose the stream. OBS seems pretty stable, so I'm pretty happy with it. The proprietary software that came with Elgato is just a piece of shit. It always seems to want to fall apart. So you'll get about half an hour out of it, and even then it's pretty choppy. And after half an hour, you just lose the stream, and that's it. So, and we got our first comment, second comment, nice. Yep, bringing dead games back to life. Or at least playing them. I am certainly not involved with the server aspect of it. That's all the geniuses over at Dreamcast Live. I just take the info they get, and occasionally I'll make a video just showing people how to put it together from various sources that I've pulled. Actually, PC Wizard has a really great tutorial on how to get your Dreamcast online in 2017, and he's selling a lot of really cool products right now. I've actually ordered the new USB line voltage inducer because it's just a complete unit. You know, you don't need two USB inputs or anything like that. Basically, you just plug it in and you're good to go. So yeah, ordering that. That seems like a really cool product. It's only $30 shipped, so why not? Cool. So we got hello to you too, sir, and thanks for the love of the channel. Yeah, I was able to figure out how to put the chat into the video, so you'll see the chat in the video as well as going live. So yeah, hopefully hopefully everything works smoothly. But you know what, let's hit power and see if anybody's playing tonight. Yeah, man, you should totally get a Dreamcast. Actually, I just got the email today, and it looks like I've been on the waiting list for a USB GD-ROM for a while, and it looks like they're in stock again. So hopefully I'll get that, and it's going to run about 190 American, which will probably run me about 250 Canadian. Which isn't too bad when you consider some of the higher end games that you can play with it. Like Cannon Spike's going to set you back $300, and you can get a really decent rip from some of the archival sources that you know, like there's a couple guys on Dreamcast Hub that'll show you really good resources to get Dreamcast games that haven't been altered in any way, and they haven't had anything removed in order to fit on CD. So pure rips basically, and yeah, you just get those and download them, and you can put them on a memory key and throw them in, and hopefully, apparently it's really stable. It works with pretty much every game, so I'm really excited about that. I was on a waiting list for the GD EMU, but it's Like, who knows when the next batch of those are coming out? Like, I might get one of those as well, but I'm in no rush. I've heard that they're both comparable products. It just matters on what format you prefer and what's available at the time. So, all right, press any key. Here we go. Quake multiplayer internet game. All right, now let's see if this is gonna work. Oh, so far so good. So far so good. I might have to put in some account information. I've totally forgot to set it up properly before I started playing. I think it's gonna boot me back. Maybe not. Well, we'll give it a try. Oh, connected. Sweet. Scanning the internet. So hopefully it'll boot me right into the Dreamcast Live lobby. Guess we're gonna find out. Scanning, scanning, scanning. No response from master server. Okay, I'm gonna go on Dreamcast Talk and see if there's any issues right now. Okay, is Quake down? Okay, online games guide. Sorry, I don't have this loaded up in the browser, but right now I'm just kind of leafing through just to see if there's something that I didn't put in properly when connecting to connecting with the LAN adapter. Okay, let's go back. Is there any trick to connecting to Quake with a LAN? Trying to get a game going. All right, so let's go back. Disconnect, yes. All right, let's find out. Gateway, primary, DNS. Okay, what do we have to enter here? Okay, DNS talk. Okay, so let's enter in their primary DNS as okay, what is it? It's 173.69.21.183. All right, let's see if that works. And username, let's just put UGB and password 12345. Don't steal my password, guys. It's also my bank pin. Okay. Let's see if this works. Invalid DNS. Okay, so what did I enter wrong? Okay, so 173.69.21.183. Oh, I think I need periods in there. 192.69.21.183. Okay, let's try that. Save changes. Yes. Yes. All right, hopefully that works. Hey yo to everybody else. All right, so we're just trying to figure out if I need to configure my LAN a bit more before we start playing. I'm not using DreamPi tonight. I'm using my LAN. All right. I suspect we're not going to find another game here either. Okay, so no response from master server. Okay. So I gotta try out the new wireless, my new wireless mouse. Huh. Okay. All right. So I think I'm supposed to enter in the rooms. Okay, I think I'm supposed to enter them in one at a time, actually. So disconnect. So primary DNS. Go to the end here. Now, is that the port? No, that's not right. Okay. Okay. DC Talk FFA. DT Talk FFA. Okay, I think I know what I did. No, that's the right DNS. Okay, I had nightmares of getting okay, so maybe it's the port that I'm supposed to open up. Fuck. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to get in my router and open up that. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, let's see. Any tricks to getting online with BBA? Okay, BBA Quake 3 Dreamcast online. Okay, it looks like they're having some issues actually with master server list is not showing up. Okay, no, I'm using the BBA. Okay. Okay, bye, Mr. Rogers. You can join manually, right? Okay. How do I do that? Okay, cool. Let's try that then. Let's go to set our primary DNS, and we'll try that one. 46.101. Whoops, not 1001. 1.91.123. Okay, cool. Let's give that a shot. Next, save changes. Yes. I had no idea that Retrovision was making components cables for the Dreamcast. That's actually not too bad. If it wasn't for the fact that I've got such a decent VGA setup right now, and you know, I've had some second thoughts on the Harris Brothers HDMI cable, or not HDMI cable rather, but HDMI box. And it doesn't work too bad for my television downstairs, but it's just disappointing it doesn't work with the Elgato. And there's possibly going to be a better one coming out in the future. So, and it's going to be a board that actually you mod your Dreamcast with. So it's going to be like a pure digital signal off of that. And apparently there's going to be some scaling corrections and things. So no response from master server. All right. You know what? Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. I'm actually going to go back to Dreamcast Talk for a second to see if they have any okay. Can you walk me through it? I've got it open right now. All right, cool. Maybe I can convince. Okay, Hunter, go to my channel. I'm streaming, so streaming it now. Never heard of it, Ash. I didn't want to throw you under the bus, but if that thing is a go, it's going to be a game changer. Yeah, you won't find any games for cheap. You might get lucky on a lot if like you see some pretty bad photos of something and people like you know, you got a keen eye and you might see a game in there. But otherwise, you know, I think people are pretty wise to what Dreamcast games are going for lately, unfortunately. I do run into a few in the wild, but it's pretty inconsistent, like a lot of those old games. And Dreamcast is even more rare to find, so pretty, I don't know, pretty slim pickings. I kind of got in just in the tail end when things started going up in price. But yeah, like most games, like I should have got games like Red Dog and stuff when it was like a $10 game 2 years ago. And even things like what's a game that's on my bucket list, Fatal Fury. That's another one that's gone up substantially recently. Yeah, just like everything's pretty much doubled or tripled in the last couple of years. But I can't see that being too sustainable. Like I think most of the games are going to cap at like 300, 350 bucks. Right now, I think the most expensive games are like Cannon Spike and Border Down, which is a Japanese only release. Unless you want to count Sonic Adventure Limited Edition, but I don't know if that's official canon with the whole Dreamcast library. Yeah, you know what's funny? Like I paid when I got Shenmue, I think I paid like 40 or 50 bucks for it. And then you know, that's just because I wanted to play it. And since then, I think I found like 5 copies in the wild for, you know, between 10 and or sorry, $5 and $20. So I should have probably just waited. Okay. give me 1 second. Hunter's just walking me through it. And hopefully we can get this going. Yeah, $40 for Shenmue is still a decent price, especially if it works. Like, I've had copies that look mint and they just like they'll play the intro animation and then after that nothing. So fortunately I think those were probably resurfaced and I wasn't aware of it. But you know, for the most part, like the Dreamcast games will put up with a lot more punishment than people give them credit for. You just really don't want to resurface them if you don't have to. Okay, what's Hunter saying? Okay, well, let's give this a try. Okay. Okay, IP address. So I'm just getting clarification on Dreamcast Talk. Yeah, it's just on the Dreamcast Talk servers. There's about 5 or 6 different ones you can connect to, but unlike DreamPi, which I was using previously, it'll just connect to the master list and you see everything. But now that I'm using the LAN, which is a bit more stable, well, a lot more stable actually, the only problem is you can only connect to each room individually. So kind of a pain in the ass, but it does work, which is something. Well, I appreciate the love for the PSO videos. Certainly a game I stumbled upon. I really like. I remember when I first got my Dreamcast, I bought it and I started playing it before I got it online, and I didn't really understand what the fuss was about. It seemed really, really boring and monotonous, and obviously it was because the single player campaign, you know, I think it's there just as sort of a favor to the people that have it. It's not really necessary. It's all about the online play, and it wasn't until I got online that I realized, oh wow, this game is fantastic. Okay, okay, while I'm waiting for Hunter to get back to me with some more instructions on how to connect with the LAN, I'm actually going to get ahead of the game a bit and just set up my DreamPi. Just in the event that this is not going to work as smoothly as I hoped. So, okay, where do I put it? Okay. All right. You know what? Fuck it. Okay. We're going to do this the old fashioned way. And by old fashioned, I mean using the Raspberry Pi instead of the standard BBA. Not a big deal. It still runs pretty smooth. It's not great, but we'll figure it out. I probably should have did a little bit more testing before I broke it out, but I assumed it was going to work much smoother than it did. That's all right. With Quake 3 game, you must go to network settings and set up like setting up a Pi. All right, I'll do that another time. All right, so let's fire it up. Yeah, I am gonna have to open up the router. It's just it's kind of a pain in the ass right now, and to open up the router live, it's gonna even be more sort of boring than this video has already been in the last 20 minutes, but hopefully this works out well. Okay, so I've got the DreamPi hooked up. I've got my old modem hooked up. Let's see if we can get this running properly this time. By the way, I'm loving this mic, the Rode NT2A. I got the Blue Yeti in a trade, and it sounded pretty good, but it wasn't. I don't know, something about it. Like, I know you can fix it with a couple of different EQing options, but it just sounded really tinny. This one's a little bit fuller. It's actually a suggestion from somebody that watches some videos. And yeah, I was really impressed with it. Right now I just have it plugged in direct. I have a bit of a noise reduction plugin on it, and beyond that, it's just as it sounds, so pretty nice. Yeah, I'd love to try the GameCube version, but unfortunately, I don't have a GameCube, and that game is particularly expensive nowadays for GameCube. I think it's over $100 if you don't find it out in the wild. Actually, I kind of kick myself a little bit because I find so many GameCube games just sort of floating around out there, and I always end up selling them because I never got into the GameCube when it was released. Came out around, when was it, 2002, 2001? I can't remember exactly, but regardless, I was in college at the time and completely broke, so I wasn't going to start getting into a new system. And the funny thing about the GameCube is, it was similar to when the Virtual Boy came out for me. Because, you know, you grew up on Nintendo, you got the cartridge, then you transitioned into the Super Nintendo, and then they had the Virtual Boy, which just seemed like a kind of, it didn't feel like a real console, even though I think they were trying to make it into a full console. And then the 64 came out, and that felt a little bit more like a console, even though I kind of hated the controller. But then when the GameCube came out, I was like, nah, Nintendo doesn't do discs. What is this? So it didn't feel like a genuine sort of official Nintendo console to me, so I just never got into it. Now that said, I've found quite a few games that are pretty pricey for next to nothing, and I just end up selling them because, you know, they support my other game systems that I like. Okay, fire to continue. Waiting for players. Okay, talk. Hey. All right, so we are getting into a new game. I don't know, I've kind of always found that GB. Done.
You have lost the lead.
Turn. Okay. Never really realized that version 2 was cheaper than version 1, but I think it all depends kind of like on whether or not you're getting the PAL version or not, because I know the NTSC version, the US one, is about a $30 game now, and I think I see most of the time the version 1 going for about 15 to 20. So I don't know, I guess it just kind of depends on when you're Whoa, 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 no. And we're dead. Okay. I just kind of depends on what's available at the time. Oh shit. Where is everybody? No, 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 oh, fuck! Alright, let's see if we can survive long enough to get a decent gun. Where is he? Okay, I know that Quake is more of a running gun and not a sniping game, but sniping has never been my strong. Or sorry, no, running gun games have never been my my strong suit. Oh shit! Okay, there's the there's the warp. Boom. Okay. Whoa, whoa, oh, and I'm dead. Okay. Huh, GameCube lags like hell, eh? I know there's lots of GameCube players that play, but I can't really play with them. But again, not having that experience, like not being able to play that game, I couldn't tell you how the lag is on the GameCube, unfortunately. Would like to try it one day. Maybe if there's a decent oh shit, decent emulation, like you know, Raspberry Pi 4.0 or something like that, if it's a bit stronger and it can support the Dreamcast emulator, it can support the GameCube emulator. They can't even really support N64 at the moment, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it would be nice to get that all sorted. Okay, where are you? Yeah, it's I'm glad you appreciate me playing it, because so far I've just been getting my ass kicked. Okay, come on. I do have the Panther stick, which is supposed to be optimum for playing this, but I didn't set it up. I probably should have. Alright. Where is our... Oh shit, he's trying to snipe. No, no! Okay. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, I think there is somebody camping out here actually right now. I'm trying to find this fucking guy. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. They see me. Okay, gotta get out, gotta get out, gotta get out. 5-minute warning. Come on, you son of a gun. Nice. Get up there. I mean, I know it's not gonna ever happen, but if some, like, if you can play Duke Nukem 3D on the Dreamcast. There is like a couple of burned images of that, and I have tried it. It's not the best version. Fuck. But it is possible, and it would be great if somehow that was configured to play the local co-op or even dial out. Because even though I suck at Quake, but back in the day I used to play a ton of Duke Nukem. Oh shit. Ah, come come on. Yeah, I'm not sure. It probably is. What I'll do is next time I'll configure it in advance. I assumed because I configured my LAN and was able to play PSO that I was also able to play Quake 3. But obviously, you got to use some different configuration, and I just don't really feel like doing too much troubleshooting at the moment. But I'll get it figured out for next time. I really would like to start playing this with the mouse and keyboard. Come on, son of a bitch. Come on, come on. Oh, no. All right. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to forward some ports. I did open it up before, and I thought I opened up all the ports I needed, but maybe there's a different port I have to open up for the LAN. It's hard to say. My router's such a mess. I do all these configurations with it because it's this tech-savvy modem router combo, and I don't know, every once in a while it gets just so bogged down with whatever I've done to it that I just have to reset it from scratch. So I think I'm almost at that stage. I'm not the most technical person, but I can just... Oh, fuck! I can generally sort of muscle my way through it. Come on. Well, oh. Oh, did I get him? It would be interesting if there's some actual... Oh. Some actual dial-up servers. It'd be... Oh, what happened there? Did I just get... Oh, fuck. Nailed me in mid-jump. I am very interested in traveling down the rabbit hole of uber geekness and exploring some of these, like, new BBSs that have opened up. And apparently with a Raspberry Pi you can actually connect using like the old Telus and what was the other one, Rip Terminal, for connecting to BBSs. And part of me wants to investigate that, the other part of me wants to never touch that stuff again. Could you imagine just getting, what was it, when you used to dial into BBSs, you used to get the time. You used to get about 30 minutes you can play on there if it was like a one node server, and in that 30 minutes you could play like Lord of the Red Dragon or Usurper or something like that. Good game. Talk, good game. Too bad. Oh shit, okay, there it goes. Yeah, and then you get booted out. But I saw like a lazy game reviewer video on it, and it looked like so much fun. Okay, this is more my kind of map where I don't have to fall in all these fucking pits. Alright, where is he? This guy's away from the keyboard, I think, but that's okay. Where are ya? Oh, there you are. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh. That's what I get for being fake cocky. Alright, where are we? Bang. Yeah, it would be nice if like Sega Forever was actually a box where you could play every single one of their systems emulated instead of having the stupid iPhone, or I guess it's an iPhone Android app. But regardless, I'm just not interested. I've got so many other ways of playing all those games. You know, on top of having the original Dreamcast set up. You know, got various different forms of emulation as well. Like I've got the RetroPie set up. I've also got an R4 card for my 3DS, which works pretty decent. I've never played it on the computer, but yeah, I mean, there's ways. Part of me was interested in getting another Sega Genesis, like Model 2 or something, and getting a flash card. It's only about $100, but then it's another console I gotta be responsible for. I've had quite a bit of Sega Genesis stuff in the past, but even though it's a superior system to the Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and stuff like that, in a lot of ways, just don't have that kind of connection to it. And I've tried a lot, but it just never happened. Oh. I used to have quite a few good games too, like Contra Hardcore and Earthworm Jim, and none of the RPGs, unfortunately. Would be nice to get like Phantasy Star, the original ones, but just never got around to it. Oh, cool. The right now, all I use is the Retro USB Power Pack, the NES Power Pack, and the SNES Power Pack, and both of those are just spectacular. Yeah, I'm gonna. Ah, come on. Both of those are fantastic. I did hear the EverDrive has a bit more mappers, and I think it can handle higher capacity homebrews. But yeah, I'm quite satisfied with the Retro USB product. I might still get a Retro ABS, but it's going to come to about $290 Canadian, and as fun as they sound, the reality is I don't really sit down and play a lot of console games lately, so probably won't use it that much. But it would be a cool toy to have, maybe one day. Okay, it looks like he's also going to be making a new handheld Nintendo system as well, which could be a lot of fun. I do have like a first model. I don't even know who makes it, but I got it from Think Geek way back in the day. Oh, what's going on there? Got it from Think Geek way back in the day, and it works, but it's got a small screen, shitty battery. I've used it quite a bit in the past, but I got it probably like 10 years ago, maybe. Yeah, that would be ideal if you can just get like an all-in-one box that connects to the internet, but you know, I'm sure somebody out there is probably thinking about it. We just got to find that person, and we got to give them a ton of money to build it. You know, there's so many projects that they look awesome, and the team behind it is super passionate, but then the realities of life just come in where it's like, gotta pay bills, and is this project really worth it? Like, it's, you know, I think of games like Elysian Shadows, for instance, which I'm pretty disappointed in the lack of contact they've had with all the backers and supporters, but you know, the interviews I did see, they do seem really passionate about the game, but it seems like it's just such a big game and they're such a small team that the reality of them being able to make it the game they want is probably not achievable with the finances they got even from the Kickstarter. I think they ended up getting like 150,000 from the Kickstarter, but that was back in 2014, so it gets eaten up quick. Yeah, I can't wait to see your Project Dash. That looks like it's going to be pretty badass. Have you decided whether or not you're just going to release just the HDMI board, or are you going to wait until it's like a complete finished product? I think even just having the HDMI board, like, you know, take some pre-orders, see if it's worth, like, I don't know what your, I don't know how many backers you would have to be with the price you were looking at, because I think you were only asking about 150 bucks, which seems pretty reasonable to me for what your project can do. But I don't know, is it worth kind of putting a shout out and seeing how many pre-orders you can secure, and then see if you can just fly with that, and then if people want to upgrade it later, you know, I don't know what the process is 100%, and from what I understand, you also said you have another person that's involved in the project that you have to kind of bounce some ideas off of, but I don't know, it sounds really, really cool. It'd be really interesting to see if that took off, because again, that could be a pretty serious game changer with Dreamcast. Cool. Well, that's good to know. Like, I'm glad that it's you're just waiting on that then. Because I know in the different kind of forums you've mentioned it a few times, and it seems like should I do it? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I need the frags. Yeah, it just seems like a fantastic project. It would be great if you got that off the ground. I just wonder when we're gonna come to a point where is the Dreamcast anymore? Because I think about, like, okay, it outputs HDMI. Okay, that's fine. I did secure a Bluetooth controller from another forum member, which hopefully is on the way soon. So that will be very interesting, because the Bluetooth controllers, the Dreamcon rather, they have like built-in BMU. I think it's a 2-time BMU, I'm not sure. A couple of other little bells and whistles on it, and apparently they're really responsive. They're a little pricey, but I ended up getting a good deal from a different forum member. Okay, who's chasing me? Anybody? Where is everybody? So you got that, and then putting a USB-G ROM in it, it's like, what part of the Dreamcast, other than just kind of like the power supply and the actual like main PCB, is left? Cool, that would be great if you got the GD board and the HDMI board into just one replacement board. Oh, we lost somebody. Time limit hit. Alright, let's see if Mechanicock is gonna play again. Okay, we're ready. Waiting for people. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly browse the Dreamcast forum. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, just quickly looking over a forum, and somebody else is kind of walking me through with how to connect with the BBA, but I'll save that for next time. It looks like there's really no lag or anything. So assuming that Mechanicock is still able to play, maybe we'll get another game started. Cool. I actually like the controller. I was a little, I don't know, I found it a little big at first, but I kind of like the convex shape to the grips and everything. It's got a, like, especially if you're playing a game like this where you really need to kind of grab onto something when you got the, when you kind of get into that mode where you're sort of seeing tunnel vision. I enjoy it. I enjoy like the multiple slips for like, oh, it looks like not Mechanicock, Mechanic DC. Who cares? You're Mechanicock to me. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Even having the wire, instead of having come at the top, come at the bottom. I guess it took a little bit of getting used to, but not much. Kind of jumped into it pretty. I suspect that maybe all the players have left this game. Maybe let's exit the game, see who's in another channel. Okay, what maps? Those are probably just bots. Those are definitely bots. Let's see who's in here. Well, we'll be able to find out pretty quickly if it's bots or not. If all we got is bots and everybody left for the night, then I'm probably gonna exit this game, and I might jump in again and see who's in PSO. Generally, the people that play Quake on Fridays, they jump in around 5:30 or so, so it is a bit late, but oftentimes I see them playing fairly. Yeah, those are all bots. Oftentimes I see them playing fairly late into the evening. Okay, let's just go to Dreamcast Now, see if anybody's... So we've got a couple people playing Maximum Pool, and that's about it. Okay. Let's just put a shout out, see if we're just playing with bots. Hello. Okay, nope. Okay, I think we're done. Exit game. There's nobody online. All right, let's get out of here. So, disconnect, yes. Well, it was fun while it lasted. And if anything, I was able to kind of finesse the stream a little bit. So, I kind of like this format. It's pretty nice. Okay, so that's it. That's Quake 3 for tonight. May jump on PSO in a little bit. I got a couple things to take care of in the house, but otherwise I'll be on for sure on Saturday, probably later on in the evening. Got a ton of stuff to do, so that's me busy. Anyways, hope everybody enjoyed. Let me know if there were any problems with, like, lag or anything like that, and I'll try and resolve them later on. again, go to Dreamcast Live. They got some pretty cool products out right now. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't, they're not supporting me in any other way other than the fact that I really like the resources they have. But PC Wizard just released a really cool new line voltage inducer if you're planning on getting online. And I think he also put up a new tutorial as well on how to connect. So the tutorial I have is good for its time, but it's been updated significantly since I put it out. So I might just put a link in my tutorial just telling people to go see his. So. All right, in the meantime, everybody have a great night. It's been fun. I really enjoy this live chat setup, and I will catch everybody tomorrow for PSO. We'll try and get on early so that way we see some folks. All right, in the meantime, take care, play safe.